It's your boy Jim, the Sirius Jones. Oh my God. Who's gonna get you first? Right? It's funny because I had put out a blog a while ago, a month, 2 months ago, whatever it was, about Sirius Jones and like me feeling like he's antagonizing anything Math is saying on tweets or things like that of that nature, and trying to say like he should like look past that situation and don't allow something that's no longer in your life to haunt your life. And even though you have to hear he says, she says, and as long as you like comfortable with yourself and you comfortable with the man in the mirror, nothing else matters. You know what I mean? I alluded to the fact that, it's probably people that has love for Sirius Jones, family, friends, children. I believe he's a father, or there's probably like a big part of his life that like we should start focusing on the positive, because a lot of times we all get mixed up in, the internet's the worst. It could drag you down just like that. And I was like, but it's also something you could just turn off. The beautiful thing about the internet, social media, YouTube, all this shit is like, all you gotta simply do is take your phone, put it down, delete the app, and life goes on lifing. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how much, how deep you're in it, where, some people, unfortunately, like the internet is their life. The point of what I'm saying is, I try to put out a positive blog for Sirius Jones, and like his response was just completely negative. It was like, who am I? Because of things that I've said on the internet a decade ago, or because, I don't know what he was trying to say. On everything that I love on this earth, on everything that I love, I did not watch his response. I literally see like a shorts clip of it with him like standing next to a TV where I was blogging, him saying like, oh, Greek and Puerto Rican, and you ain't even this and that, and silly stuff like that. And on everything I love, there's also another very popular blogger that, we spoke behind the scenes, about like how I wasn't even gonna respond. And he agreed, and you know what I'm saying? It's just like some things aren't worth, you jump out the window and respond to everything, you look silly. And also the fact of the matter is, it would kind of take away the message I was trying to give, like how I'm trying to be positive, give someone positive advice. They take it and flip it into a negative. Now suddenly I'm on demon time. That would make everything that I was saying bullshit. That would make me trying to, I don't know what it would make me look like, but it wouldn't look genuine. And it was genuine. So I didn't respond because it was unfortunate that you took it that way. Long story long, the best thing I did was to not respond to Sirius Jones, because he's been on a crash out mission ever since. He has literally probably had 10 different arguments. He's probably opened up 10 different doors of negativity. He's invited violence and the unknown into his life. And the best thing that I did, the learning lesson that I got from the situation was, damn, man, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Bad news sold everything. Oh, Piper boy. My fault, y'all. I'm at work. Anyway, so the scary thing about this Sirius Jones situation is, I want to put God forbid, but it's only a matter of time, right? Because I want to say this, right? One thing that stuck out to me about this whole thing, and I'm pretty sure everyone's updated on what's going on. Sirius Jones is calling head ice two of the worst things you could ever be called or be damn near in life is the P word associated with underage and a rat. He's calling them both. The situation with T-Rex and going to his neighborhood and things like that. It was all right at first because I'm thinking Rex might put out a response song, and now that battle makes sense. You want to see the battle because of that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like super violation. It's very old school to go to someone, the neighborhood and shit like that. Even when I did my blog versus Goods, I was in the Bronx, the projects, when I did our build up to that battle. It's just some shit you do. But then it's realizing like it's a whole different motive for Sirius Jones, and it's like basically I really can't put myself in his shoes, but he is on. If I had to assess the situation of what I see Sirius Jones as, Sirius Jones is somebody that right now he's not thinking clearly. Maybe he doesn't have a clear thought in his head. He doesn't care. He's on what you call the crash out mission. It's like he's coming across as if anybody got a problem, we could take it to this, we could take it to this, we could do whatever you want, wherever you want. I'm on your porch, I'm on your front step, I'm where your mama might be at, your kids might be at, your wife might be at, hopefully you at. When I see you, it's going down. However you want to take it, I'm gonna take it. That is how that's what the portrayal is what it looks like. And you know what's the crazy thing? It's probably true. It's probably true. He probably is really like that. That's the crazy thing, right? Let's keep it 100. He has a goofy personality. He has a mixed personality, bipolar tendencies. He has facial expressions that literally makes you want to rip his face off. You want to take his eyeballs and throw it across the room like some animated Dragon Ball Z like horror show. I don't know what. But he has this annoyance to him that is skin crawling. We get it. I'm not saying he's overall that person, but he gets into this bag where he's just like, I hate your face. We understand that. But it doesn't change the fact that he might really be about that life. Right? Cool. Table that. Because I want to just like touch all bases on this. So then you have, the problem is that why I believe that is because I'm not saying you going to jail and prison makes you real. But what I am saying is Sirius Jones is about 43 years old. 43, 44, somewhere in that range. He's lived a life. He's been through some things. I feel like Sirius Jones might actually be someone that's held it down as a man in situations, physical violence and things of that nature. Those dirty situations, I mean, in his life, maybe numerous times. But the only situation we know him for is getting his head rocked on stage by Math Hoffa. A complete sucker punch, sucker move, sucker shit, unhonorable, whack move by Math Hoffa. We all said that. We all know it. But because of all these rhymes and raps after it, eating him alive, eating the man that's like, yo, it's crazy. This is how y'all see me. You basing my whole character off of this. When outside of this, I'm really like that. And we got Math back. Nobody cares about that. We care about you got points on stage. Haha. But that's battle rap, bro. That's battle rap. I've been through it. I know exactly. And this is what I was saying in that first blog to him. I try to relate to him. You know what somebody told me on my block after I got set up at the event? Outside the event, when some little slithering, low-life, dirty, backstabbing scoundrel couldn't put in work himself and had to pay someone off to do something, hit me and run away, that situation. You know what people said in my neighborhood? One person specifically that I rock, that I like admire, like as a real one. You know what's whack about that situation, James? That type of shit ain't supposed to happen to someone like you. And that ain't because I'm chitty chitty bang bang. It's because I'm 100. These people, this block knows me from shooting fair ones, keeping it real, defending my friends, fighting in situations that were necessary, a lot unnecessary, but being about that life that I can give two fucks about now, but it's still, what's happened has happened, what's true is true, the facts are the facts. Right? That's what he meant by that statement. But now I gotta go in every battle talking about, oh, this happened to you and you this and you that. And then add the icing on the cake, I get sucker punched on stage. I went into a crash out mentality. My mans drove to my Tech 9 battle in Virginia. I took a flight. My boy who I rode with took a flight. My other three mans, they took a car. Anybody that knows about that life know what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to sound tough. I'm not trying to make up a story. I'm letting you know what it is. The people who I'm rolling with and me myself was like, it is up. Anybody play with me again, I am liable to lay some shit down. Everything, or I don't want to give up too much because whatever, my people who knew people who threw the event, at the URL event, unfortunately, in that situation that day, I had to put, I ended up putting hands on Rome DMV. And that wasn't even, see, I don't want y'all to connect that like, oh, you was already on 10. No, I was happy. I was on stage battling. I was doing my face off the day before. I was chilling. I was in my battle bag. I was happy. Y'all know the Rome situation. I gave this dude multiple chances. His man, Tone Bro, was standing right there. He heard the conversation. I was on no type of time other than being like, damn, I'm literally basically begging him. I'm copying the plea for an apology in front of nobody. Walked up to him myself. I'm only giving that detail right there because it's like, I don't want people to misconstrue like, oh, you went there on that. No, I went there on the mentality, like if anything happens on that fucking stage or anybody play with me, you know what I'm saying? I just happened to run into a room after a whole internet. Anyway, I was on 10 outside of that too, though. Like in life, I ended up like, I'm just like on some, ain't nobody gonna put like on Mitch crying in the car to Ace. Like the next person that look at me wrong. Until I realized, bro, you got kids on the way. Bro, you're a father to be. You're, what are you doing? And I called myself and I realized that none of this is worth it. And the worst part about everything with Jones is maybe head icing about that life. Maybe T-Rexian about that life. Maybe they are about that life, but they're grown and understand that. So you have to understand something about that life. You say you got 10 people that are about that life. 5 of them, you know how they treat Sirius Jones? He's a crash out dummy, leave him alone. But these are real motherfuckers that'll do some shit to you. He's a crash out dummy, leave him alone. The other 5 is willing to do whatever to you because you doing too much. It's a lose-lose. And I'll tell you the craziest thing that was said out of all this. When T-Rex said, I hope when my mans run into you, they in a good mood, and everybody's seen it as this and that, maybe that was Rex saying, yo, to me, you ain't worth nothing. But to my people that's willing to crash out for me, I hope they don't see you. Because I'll see you and give you a pass because I really don't, you don't faze me at all. And everything you're doing, I don't respect you. I don't respect what you're doing. Go ahead with that. You ever been on the block and somebody was acting out? I was like, yo, go ahead with that, bro. Go ahead. Yeah. I know all that. Go ahead. And you let them live. But my mans ain't. Who's gonna get Sirius Jones first? Is it gonna be Ice's mans? Is it gonna be a random Harlem dude that never seen you before and be like, yo, why you filming over here? Is it gonna be someone's family? You going live, locations, you're gonna get exactly what you're asking for. And out of all this being said, I hope it doesn't happen. But sometimes the inevitable is the inevitable. I don't think there's no change in his mind state. When you're already in your 40s, you're kind of stuck in your ways, even though every day is an opportunity for change. And I hope to see Sirius Jones change. I hope that the change isn't forced on you from a bad situation happening to you that opens your eyes. Sometimes it takes that. It's only a matter of time, unfortunately, before you get exactly what you're asking for in this life. And that could be a fortunate thing too when you're working hard, you're being positive, you're treating others kindly, you're doing the right thing for yourself. It's just a matter of time that something's good gonna happen to your life. But in this situation, what's happening with Sirius Jones, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. That's my take on it. Protect your peace. If it ain't bringing you peace,